Hey everyone, it's another Sunday weekend analysis. It is the 5th of March and we're going to go again. We're going to start from the weekly, do a top-down analysis. I'm going to mark up my charts and move any lines I need to move as we go. And let's forecast what we can look for the week ahead on EU. So here on the weekly chart, I'm going to set a new previous weekly high and previous weekly low. As we know, these are major liquidity points, so if they get swept or hit, we can expect a reaction. Price is still being held here. There was this very bearish week, and we've kind of responded from there. And you can say this is obviously a weekly ob. Once we had reacted from here, so let's go down to the daily. So on the daily, this is the daily leg I have drawn out. This is discount, this is the premium, right? We've come down to the extreme of the discount. We've reacted fairly well off of this daily ob. We've retraced up to this daily ob and imbalance here, which saw us have quite a bearish day. From there, we seem to have held this area. We'll see it more on the intraday charts. I'll just move the previous daily high and previous daily low. So that's our new previous daily low and high, and weekly highs and lows. So we've got those there, just as liquidity points that are quite major that we'll look for. Let's go down and get more into the intraday charts now on the 4 hour. So what do we have here? We start to get a bit more of the picture. We came off that daily order block and imbalance in the premium of this. This is my 4 hour leg. We was making, high lows, high highs. We reacted off of there, and this low held so far, right? So far, so good for that low. To see whether we're going to continue bullish and actually come for this previous weekly high and this high here, right, to continue what could be, the daily trend. Okay, so yeah, this area here is so far so good, but we are at this 4 hour imbalance, and on Friday we closed out, sort of rejecting it. It doesn't say much for me so far. This is still an important area going into tomorrow, going into Monday. We'll see overnight if it holds. There's another imbalance here, and let's take note of that now. So we have that area there just to be aware of. Now, like I said last time, this is a possible weak high scenario. This high failed to break this swing low here, right? So that possibly leaves us with a weak high. That's not confirmed yet. We can still turn from here and go down and break the lows, right? Because this low also hasn't broken this high yet. So essentially it's a weak low. But right now, as I said, we're making high lows, high highs, right? So we'll see what comes of it. Let's go down to the hourly. We had this hourly which was holding price pretty much all Friday, but pretty much irrelevant now, so I'll get rid of that. So we closed out on this 4 hour imbalance, and we have this previous daily high above and our 1 hour leg, which I'll measure from here to here. So we are in the premium of a 1 hour leg, and we're within a 4 hour POI with a previous daily high above. For me, it wouldn't be absurd to think we're going to get a pullback and possibly test these areas again. This is just, a possible scenario looking at the market now from where we are, because we're so close to the previous daily high when we open up in the next 10 minutes. So it wouldn't be too surprising, to take the previous daily high and some buy side liquidity and possibly return to the discount, right, before making its way up again if it does. So we'll keep an eye on that. We do have a 1 hour imbalance here. We have our 1 hour imbalance here, which is still in the premium, so it may not be that important, but we'll just keep it there just to monitor the area so we're aware of it. And then we have our obs below. So that's the picture for me on EU, right? Are we going to continue this bullish trend, or are we not, right? Is this area going to hold, or are we going to break through it and just see a pullback? Because then this leg will change as well, right? Like this could become discount if, say, it breaks up to here, right? So nothing set in stone just yet. This is just what we see. So is it going to play out this week high scenario going into next week? We shall see. I'll head over to DXY now, see what that looks like. In fact, I'll go up to the weekly. We'll change these as well. You can already see we've got some weekly buy side liquidity nearby as well. And go down to the daily. This is the current daily leg I have. You know, we've come from that discount. We're now high up into the premium, which has held so far. You know, there's some sideways price action here for the last few days. This is the 4 hour leg I identified from this low to this high. This was the 4 hour order block, which seemed to have held. Price came up, swept liquidity, and then came back down. Closed out heavily bearish. We could say this is possibly a weak low, you know. Let's go to the hourly, because it did sweep rather than close above, but on the hourly it's closed above. So we'll see. There is a lot more sell side liquidity for it to take, possibly, but the previous daily low is here now. So let me adjust that. Previous daily low is not there. So the previous daily low is there now. So same scenario as on EU. Wouldn't be surprised, you know, if it comes down here and dips into this 1 hour ob and we see some sort of reaction from there, whether it will just pull back into, you know, this small leg here, right, and then head further down, we don't know. But that'll be something to keep my eye on as well, because obviously if this goes into this 1 hour POI, takes this previous daily low and goes up, we're going to expect EU to go down, right, which kind of matches with the same scenario here. And we could look for shorts, possibly on those pullbacks, but let's be patient. Let's see what happens. Let's see how the market looks in the morning and possibly adjust our legs or our POIs. And yeah, I'll be back with a video tomorrow on Monday, and I'll preview how the day went, and you know, I'll catch up with you again. Thank you for joining.